Welcome to Awesome Art. Today we're going to be making some cat ear headbands. This is a list of the supplies you'll need. The first thing you want to do is trace out the shape of the ear that you want. Make sure to make it a little bigger than you actually want your final product to be. Trace along the headband to make the bottom of the ear. Next, cut out that shape with a pair of scissors. Have the two bottom corners touch to see if you like how your ear's shape looks. If you don't like it, this is your chance to draw and cut out a new shape for your ear. But if you do like it, then loosely trace out that shape onto the fabric you're going to be using to make your ear. This blue is going to be the inside of my ear, and I'm going to have some white for the outside of my ear. The outside and inside of the ears for this pattern need to be the same size. I'm going to stack up the 4 pieces of fabric I need and cut them all out at the same time. But if you aren't as skilled with scissors, then I suggest you cut each piece out individually rather than all at the same time. Set up the fabric to make 2 ears, and make sure the ears are mirroring each other rather than copying each other. I accidentally made my ears copy each other the first time, so they came out looking a little weird. This time is not the first time. This is approximately how your ears should look so far. Now we're going to be sewing the 2 pieces of the ears together, and the first step of sewing is setting up the thread. If you trace the thread around the ear 3 times, that should be just about what you need, if not a little more. Starting from the bottom right corner, do a backward stitch all the way around the ear to the bottom left corner. Do not sew the bottom of the ear closed. If you don't know what a backward stitch is, I'm currently doing it on screen. You basically go 1 stitch forward and then go into the last stitch you did. Once you're done sewing all the way around, make sure to tie a knot at the end so the stitch doesn't come undone. Turn it inside out, and we're now ready to move on to the next part of making the ears. Pull out some cardstock or construction paper in any color you like. Now trace out the shape of your ear on that construction paper. It should be slightly smaller than your ear actually is, so they'll be able to fit in your ear. Now fold the paper in half and cut out your shape. Quickly check to make sure the shape fits inside your ear. You may need to bend it a little to get it inside, but by the time it's inside, it should be flat all the way. If it's not flat, trim it a little bit so they'll fit in better. For this part, you'll need a pipe cleaner long enough to go all the way around the outer line of your ear. I like to cut off all the fur on my pipe cleaners, but you really don't have to do this. I'm not actually sure why I keep trimming off all the fur from my pipe cleaners. If it took you more than 1 pipe cleaner to trace all the way around your ear, then you're going to need to twist the pipe cleaners together so that they're one strand. Now, fold the pipe cleaners at the very center. Place the folded part at the tippy top of your ear, and then try to make the pipe cleaner fit inside your ear kinda, all the way around it, except for on the bottom. On the bottom, it should just be leaving the ear. If you can't get it to bend exactly right, that's okay. We're about to fix it with some hot glue. Place some hot glue along the edge of the paper and then stick the pipe cleaner onto the paper. You can use some scissors or a pencil to press the pipe cleaner onto the hot glue so you don't burn your fingers. I think you can maybe use other glue for this part, but I haven't tried anything but hot glue, and hot glue works really well. While we're waiting for the hot glue to cool down, we're going to make the fluff that goes inside the ear. The first thing we're going to need is a pom-pom maker, and I'm going to show you how to make one. Use a can to trace out a circle on some cardboard. You can technically use any round object, but a can will work best for this particular project because it'll make the pom-pom the perfect size. Once you've drawn the circle, place another piece of cardboard underneath this piece of cardboard. Then cut out your outline so that you'll have two circles. Now we're going to draw another circle in the very center of the circle we just cut out. You can use a bottle cap to help you trace this circle. Now cut out this center circle. And then to finish off this pom-pom maker, cut off a little of the outside circle. Now it's time to make the pom-pom. Start to loosely wrap the yarn around the pom-pom maker's edge. Wrap it around until you can't see the pom-pom maker anymore, and then do that again. Be careful not to wrap the yarn too loose or too tight. Continue to wrap the yarn around the pom-pom maker until there's no space left in the very center. Once your pom-pom's nice and puffy, it's time to cut off the end of the string. And then you're going to go in between the two pieces of cardboard with your scissors and cut all the yarn. Then grab a piece of yarn that's long enough to go all the way around the pom-pom. Slip it in between the two pieces of cardboard and then tie a knot with it. Try to make the knot as tight as possible. That way the pom-pom will puff out more. You might want to make the knot doubled or even tripled to make sure it's really secure. And once you've done that, you can remove the two pieces of cardboard and your pom-pom should be complete. Now that we've made all the pieces, it's time to put it all together. Connect the hardstock to the headband by twisting the pipe cleaners around the headband. Try to make sure the pipe cleaners on the headband are not pointing down, because if they're pointing down, they're going to poke you in the head. Then slip the fabric onto the cardstock for the ears. Lastly, twist the longer string on the pom-pom around the headband inside the ear. You can use a knot to make the pom-pom stay better on the headband, but I usually just twist the string around and that works just fine. If some of the hairs on your pom-pom are too long compared to the other hairs, you can use some scissors to trim it. And you can brush the pom-pom with a comb to make it extra fluffy. Though you do have to brush it for a while with the comb to make it that fluffy. I decided I didn't want to make it that fluffy, so I just left it the way it is. And now all you have to do is make the second ear. I didn't actually end up making the second ear for this video on time, but this is what a different one of the ear headbands I set up looks like. And because of the pipe cleaners you put in it, you can bend the ears. If you enjoyed this video, please consider hitting the like button, and if you want to see more of my content, please consider booping the subscribe button.